Hi, Nico. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, very good. It's so nice for me to be interviewing you today as a global entrepreneur and business leader. As we were talking before we got started, I think the countries that you don't have people in or haven't lived in is shorter than the countries that you have.
Not so many, but
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to introducing this audience to who you are, how you came to be who you are, and the amazing programs that you offer. But first, you're founder and CEO of Leib Productions. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that? I think you're 20 years old as a company, or?
well, the company is not 20 years old. I've been in this business for 35 years.
Wow.
I myself, I am a director and editor. I worked for many years as a freelance director and editor. As you mentioned, different countries. I am originally from Brazil,
Okay.
and I moved to Israel when I was very young, when I was 21,
Hmm.
and I lived in Israel for 23 years.
You got
So
your schooling there, right? In the TV
exactly.
and
I
art.
went to I went to film school in Tel Aviv University, and I was lucky enough that when I finished film school in 1990, cable television was just starting in Israel. They needed a lot of hands, so me and my colleagues we were all hired because
On the ground floor.
absolutely. You have to understand, before that, Israel had only two TV channels, and that's it. So
Mm.
suddenly you had hundreds of channels, and
Mm.
it was a good opportunity. Now, and I came to the US 20 years ago,
Mm.
invited as a creative director to an animation company, and
Very
my
good.
family agreed to come, and we came.
Very
And
good.
I've had my company for 11 years now, since well, it will be 12 years since
Okay.
2013.
Very good. So you're in the city that never sleeps now.
Yes, I am. Well, I am in the city. I live in White Plains, which is
Mhm.
half an hour north of New York City. But yeah, no, but New York City is my city.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, Brazil, Israel, New York City.
Mhm.
And as we were talking, you have worked with animators in Thailand, video editors in the Philippines, and I think you also have some folks that do work for you in Argentina and Brazil. You have global remote teams, which is the future of work, I think. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Everything is remote today, mainly after COVID.
Mhm.
So in the case of my company, we started working remotely before COVID,
Mhm.
because the thing today is to video is a powerful kind of content. I like to say that there's this saying in marketing that says content is king. And I say if content is king, then video is the king of content.
Yeah.
Because it appeals to our emotions, and we make our decisions based on emotions. So more and more people are creating video content by themselves or with the help of professionals or both.
Hmm.
We want to make it easier
Yes.
for businesses to create video, and then, because usually video is associated with going with a crew to a location, and what we do
Mhm.
is remote. But going back to your question, because I went to another direction here. So my team is also remote. I have animators. I have animators in Brazil, editors in Argentina, and in the Philippines, and Pakistan too. So my editors are all remote. Yeah. And today it's possible to do that. It's I think mo many companies have virtual assistants overseas and others. So it's not a new thing, and we do that too.
There's so much video today, and everyone spends like how many hours are on their screen. In fact, my phone gives me a report now. You spent 2 hours less on your phone last week. And I'm like, do I get a cookie? That the phone is telling me that I wasn't on my phone so much. But we're in front of screens all the time, and we've become kind of adept consumers of video. We can tell video that's been polished and edited, and we can tell raw video. And I think the consumer really understand kind of the messaging that's coming to them through video because they consume so much of it. I was hearing the other day that all the server farms are being built around the world and they're going to be draining power because of AI. And I thought, I think some of those server farms are for video files. I don't know, because so
Yes.
many people are storing video anymore. But as an entrepreneur, I want to invest my money in tools that are going to, either retain my clients because they continue to see my value or win me new clients. And sometimes when you pay a third party to help you with something, they don't have that client perspective. Like, wait, this has to have a return on investment for you. But you really understand that. And so, can you share a little bit how not only are you producing beautiful video, but guiding clients a little bit about persuasive video that's going to get them the result they're looking for?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that because, videos are tools. As much as I am a creative professional, we are all, every creative professional is very proud of what they do and they want to do beautiful things. And I'm no different.
Mhm,
But having worked with businesses for as long as I've been working with, like any other tool, video is a tool. So
mhm,
that's why when a client comes to me, and sometimes clients come to, I want this video, this type of video, and I said, wait, walk back. What is the goal? What do
mhm,
you want to achieve? And that's the first question you have to ask. According to the goal, maybe the video that they are imagining is the right kind. Maybe not.
mhm,
You know. So like you don't go to a mechanic and say, okay, I wanna I want you to change this and this and that. No, you say I have a problem. So
mhm,
that I always go back to the problem. What
mhm,
do you want to solve with this?
mhm,
So because videos have goals. For
mhm.
example, give an example. Client video testimonial, which is something we do a lot. Client video testimonial is a sales tool, also a
Yeah.
marketing tool, but
Mhm,
it's a sales tool.
mhm,
I would say first and foremost. Why? Because nobody buys anything these days without looking at reviews, correct?
mhm,
You buy something on Amazon, you always look at the reviews.
mhm,
Now, so it is a tool in this sense, but then you see, okay, what's the difference between a written review and a video review or video testimonial? It's how it appeals to you. You
Yes.
know, when you read the review, you always have the back of your head, was this embellished a little bit, or
Yeah. Did the marketing department write this review or is there a real
yeah,
person? In the
yeah,
video, you can see the real person.
exactly. You can see the real person, and if it's built correctly, and that's why I said it needs to be a tool.
Mhm,
So if it's built correctly, it will cause the reaction that you as a business owner wants, which is for people to be curious
mhm,
and contact you. And
mhm,
so that's why for example, our testimonials are built only
mhm,
interviews based on because the goal of a testimonial, in my opinion, after so many testimonials that we did, is to answer the questions that a prospect would ask. That's
yes.
what you want. You don't want someone like spending 60 seconds telling me how Myrna is nice. Yeah, I don't know, Myrna. I
Mhm.
want to know how did she help you? What was the problem
Yes.
that because of that problem you looked for help? Why did you choose to work with Myrna and not someone else?
Mhm.
Process. How was the process of working? And mainly the goal is what were the results?
Yes.
Uh, and if numbers are thrown, it's even better. So yeah, you want that, and at the end you want, okay, so you recommend Myrna. Why?
Mhm.
Why should
Mhm.
someone work with her? If
Well,
you
when a viewer of the video really gets the feeling like this person's telling me what I want to know, these are the questions I would ask.
Not only that, we usually start with the problem because anyone who's watching, if that's their problem or similar, they say, okay, that's similar to my problem, and they will continue watching,
Mhm.
which is what you want, you
Mhm.
know. So this example, just is every video we do is we create is build like that, with a
Mhm.
goal in mind, with a structure, and of course, looking the best you can and sounding the best you can,
Mhm.
but looking for authenticity. In the case of the testimonial, and in the age of AI today, like we have so many avatars. Who
Mhm.
wants to see an avatar telling you how Myrna's service is so great? No, you want to see a real person.
A real
Uh,
person.
so I
Yeah.
think today even more as a result of AI and everything, it's more important to be authentic, and it's more important to appeal to people's emotions.
The kinds of things we used to be able to do to market, we would send a PDF, that outlined the workflow of our process, and we would
Uh-huh.
have a testimonial. As you say, with ChatGPT and in the world of AI, people that are commenting on videos that could be bots, authenticity in a client's eyes is worth like 10 times what it used to be worth because
Yes,
you can't trust a Yelp review. You can't trust the bots that are reporting things or clicking on likes and so on. And so, if you're going to let your gut help you make that decision, putting your eyes on someone and figuring out, okay, I think this is a real person and I can relate to what they're saying. Your video, testimonials are going to be more powerful than ever.
absolutely, absolutely, and and even you can ask, like I was telling you about the questions. You could say, okay, why not send the questions to the person and have them recorded? Well, for a very simple reason, the way people deliver is
Mhm,
important too.
mhm,
You understand? If they wrote the questions and they're reading from a paper and it sounds rehearsed,
mhm, mhm,
even if every word is true, and it
mhm,
may well be true, but people
mhm,
don't buy it. People don't believe it. But if you just answer a question,
mhm.
that's where you always need to look for the most genuine, uh,
Yeah.
not rehearsed for this kind of thing. Other videos, yes, can be scripted and they are, but
Mhm.
not this kind of video.
I think we live in a low trust environment, in the last few
Oh,
years. We're not sure about so many experts that help us. We're asking a lot of questions we never thought we'd be asking. And so I think a high trust testimonial with video is worth its weight in gold. I mean, I think the services you provide are going to be really important for entrepreneurs and not just for client acquisition, which is always important, but client retention too. When we have a downturn in an economy and some of our world economies are retracting right now, people are more careful with their money. They're going to double check, is this the right choice? And
absolutely.
so making some investment to create high trust with potential clients and then clients that want to continue paying you, I think it's really important. I know we talked about success stories before we started. Did you have anyone you wanted to share to kind of give a potential client a feel of what it's like to work with you?
Sure. I have a nice story related to video testimonials. I have this client that owns a kind of voice over IP phone company, and he works with big hotels and so
Mhm,
works with big clients. And we did a series of video testimonials interviewing their clients.
mhm,
And I try to hear from my clients if it's working, and
mhm.
because when you get a testimonial, you need to use it correctly.
Yes.
Okay, so of course you will put it on your website.
Mhm,
That's the first thing everybody does, and that's a good thing.
mhm,
But is that the only thing you should do? No. A lot of things that use it for email marketing. You
mhm,
can use it snippets of testimonials as posts or video ads.
mhm.
It's video is great because it's repurposable
Yes.
as opposed to text. So you can use it for a lot of things, and or have clients that put in every proposal. Now, this client that I'm going to tell you the story, he used it in a different way, and which I haven't, I didn't think about it. So he came back to me and said, "Listen, Echo, I was presenting for this prospect that it's a big company, really wanna get them to be my clients, and he was presenting in person a PowerPoint to the representatives of that company. And at a certain point, one of the representatives asked him, his name is David, said that, David, and can you tell me what do your clients, what some feedback from your clients about your services? And then David looked at him and said, well, no, I can't, but my clients can. And then he played a testimonial that he had put as part
Mhm,
of the presentation. And in this case, they closed the deal.
mhm.
Can I say? it was only thanks to the testimonial? I don't think so. It's a, but I think the testimonial was, he said after they watched the testimonial, uh, they bought in.
Smooth sailing. They had
Exactly. So
trust. Hmm.
yeah, so that's a clear case where a testimonial was really decisive
Hmm.
in helping close the deal.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, no, and that's a great way. So I always tell people, oh, if you do presentations, uh, add testimonials to your presentation.
Well, and it's so great that a business owner could be talking to you about the business concerns. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. Here's the problem we're having. We were doing it this way and it's not yielding the results it used to. I can tell you the little bit that I'm involved in video and YouTube and sharing shorts and reels and so on. This game changes like this. To have a, couple of decades of experience so that you can peek around the corner a little bit and go, yeah, this is the direction things are going. Let's get you ready for that. My head spins sometimes when I think about, okay, what do I need to do now that this platform has changed or the algorithm has changed in terms of how it's sharing video? Having an expert on your side can make all the difference.
Well, yeah, it helps because sometimes, or I would say many times, business owners feel overwhelmed,
Mhm.
because, yeah, all this thing about content marketing, you need to be creating a lot of content.
Mhm.
And, if you're a small company, it's more difficult. Like if a big company will have someone doing just that
Mhm.
for them. But we deal with a lot of small business. That's many times it's the solopreneurs,
Mhm.
but you want to grow your business, and you need to be out there
Mhm.
all the time. You know.
Mhm.
So, for example, I today I do things that I myself as a professional I didn't do before. I'm posting videos every day, basically 6 days a week. Uh,
Mhm.
and the whole thing about sharing your secrets,
Mhm.
that's why what I always tell people. So yes, you need to be creating content. You need to find a way to do it that is not too painful and not too time consuming, not too expensive, etc. But you need to do it.
Mhm.
Some if because you were mentioning the algorithm,
Mhm.
LinkedIn, for example. If
Mhm.
you're a business to business like myself,
Mhm.
you want more people to notice you. You
Mhm.
want more visibility.
Mhm.
Uh, you want more people to engage with you. Uh,
Mhm.
so so yeah, you need to be active there. You need to be engaging with other people's content. But one of the most important things is for you to be posting valuable content. So you're not selling anything.
Right.
You're just spilling out your secrets, as they say, bit by bit. Because and nobody should be afraid of doing that because most people will not do it themselves, but
Mhm.
they will see you as the expert you are.
Mhm.
They will value your content. They say, "Wow, this is a good idea." Because,
Mhm.
for example, many of the things that I'm talking about in my short videos are things that people can do themselves, and they
Mhm.
should. You
So they
know?
should be following you on LinkedIn.
Oh yes, please.
Well,
On,
we'll
Li-
make
on
sure that we
LinkedIn or Facebook but LinkedIn is my main one.
we'll share
So
this B2B and we'll make sure that your LinkedIn description is in
sure.
this video. But yeah, it's great to know that you're sharing those tips because, it's a competitive environment and people need to know what can they do to offer themselves an edge as a business owner.
Absolutely. And because this is something that is on my mind all the time. So what we try to do, we try to help a business owner do it in a way that doesn't make them crazy, and that's not, and you need to have a system.
Mhm.
I'll give you one thing that I always say to my clients, for example, which is a good tip. Everybody has content. A business that someone that has been in business for years will have at least blogs. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
have blogs. If you
Mhm.
have blogs, you can start creating video content. Because one of the frequent questions that I get is how much content can I create? What am I gonna say? So, and some people are naturals at that, and they are very good. Other people need some help, but to be creating a large amount of content, what I say, okay, let's repurpose what you have already.
Yes.
Let's take those blogs and thanks to AI today, we can do it in a easier way. Like,
Mhm.
if you take your blogs and you using an AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude or others, doesn't matter
Mhm.
what, you can from that uh, from that content, you can tell the AI, I want to create 20 short or 30, it doesn't matter how much, but
Mhm.
short videos, uh, I don't know, 100 words each,
Mhm.
self-contained, okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
standalone, using just the content, which is your content, you
Mhm.
talking. When you do that, you have those now. Some people like to be scripted. I script most of my videos because if not, I go into tangents. Some people are not. But I'm just giving an example that you can always take content that you have and have that long list of stuff that will help you create content for a while. And then we as a company, we try to give clients the systems that help them not worry about, for example, my clients creating social media videos, they record in our remote platform already.
Mhm.
After, like, we coach them and we
Mhm.
taught them, we do the first video with them, we teach them how to do that, and then they
Mhm.
start recording by themselves, which is all they need to do.
Mhm.
And we will edit them, we'll add those nice motion graphic titles that everybody is using today. We
Mhm.
will format it, for example, for different social medias, and people need to know about that. Like, if you're posting a video on LinkedIn, you want that video to be square.
Yes.
Why? Because it fits better in
Mhm.
the LinkedIn timeline. If you put a vertical video, it will have those two bands on side. It just works better. Or if you're posting on Instagram, you want your video to be vertical, or YouTube Shorts, for example. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
so it's important to format. But those are technical things that for people that don't deal with that, they're difficult. You have to hire someone just to do that all the time. No. So that's where we help people. Like, we give them the tools, and we help them complete that. So it's not overwhelming. That's the idea.
Well, that's fantastic. I know I can be lost, and I have had those moments where I need to write content for the week. I try to batch it for the week, thinking, what else am I going to say? And I think we forget that as insiders in what we do, it's old hat to us, but not to clients that are looking for us. It's they don't know that secret. They don't know that process. That's why
Uh-huh.
they're potentially looking for someone like us that does. And so everything that you generate, as you say, doesn't have to be brand new, never before said or spoken, a completely novel idea. It
Hmm.
needs to be an expert idea in your field. And so, yeah, I love that you say start with blogs and repurpose them.
Yeah, no, and again, the audience is vast. Not everybody, not even not a small percentage of everybody will see that thing that you posted. So yeah, you want to make things different, but you can't talk about the same things.
Mhm.
That's where I have to say that's where AI comes into play today. That it's easier
Mhm.
to to write stuff,
Mhm.
to plan stuff
Mhm.
with the help of AI. And that's where I see a lot of solopreneurs saying, okay, I can do much more than I did. I'm not well, of course, it helps you with your internal systems.
Mhm.
Now you can automate a lot of stuff that you didn't before. So you, as a solopreneur, you can do more in less time, or
Mhm.
with less effort, or with less of an investment. You don't
Right.
need to
Less
hire
overhead, less payroll.
less overhead. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I would say, regarding videos that are done today completely by AI, people ask me about that too.
Mhm.
Um, I find, if it's like you give the AI, and there are some tools like you give the AI a script, or and it creates a video. I find those edits super boring.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that generative AI will not get there, probably will. Right now, I don't, because editing is telling a story. It's
Mhm,
storytelling.
mhm,
It's not about just putting one image after the other.
mhm,
Uh, and even more, if you're creating a good documentary which is built only on interviews, what part of the interview to take and how to cut from how to connect. It's building a story, same
mhm,
as writing a story. You know,
mhm,
that's one thing that AI cannot do for us. But
mhm,
there are so many tools around creating videos that AI is super helpful. You
mhm,
know, uh, having every video sound like a podcast today, possible, wasn't possible before,
mhm,
because you have AI tools that help you do that.
mhm,
Do I use it? Of course, for all my clients and for me too. Because
mhm.
then today I can guarantee that every video will sound like a podcast.
Well, it's great to work with someone who's up to date with how the tools are changing. How AI can be incorporated to help your business clients
Hmm.
so that they're more successful and you're up to date on what those tools can and can't do in the modern environment. So, is there anything else you wanted to share with the audience before we tell them how to find you so they can have authentic conversion videos to help them grow their business?
Uh, sure. Just one word regarding AI. I think that a business owner that is not looking at AI today gonna be left behind, because it's important to be curious about it and start using it.
Mhm.
Uh, I what I would say to people is, start creating your videos. Start because the main thing that I was mentioning before, you need always to remember that, A, people don't have patience. Second, in a video, in a 1 minute of video, you can say much more than in 1 minute that
Like the
someone is.
written word, right?
Exactly. They say
Mhm.
that a picture is 1,000 words. The calculate using that parameter, a minute of video is 1.8 million words.
It's that much more
But
effective.
that's based on the fact that every minute of video has 30 frames, so
Okay.
every 30 pictures. So you
Hmm.
multiply, you get to, so, but that's a good example. Yeah, that's just a mathematical trick, but that's a good example, because it's true.
Hmm.
People get much more information because it's not only what people are saying, it's what you're seeing. It's the combination. Well, we don't have smell yet, but the visual and
Maybe
the
that's a good thing, but it's also how you
yeah,
make them
I think
feel.
so.
When you help craft the video, it's how you make that client feel about what it is that they're watching. And so, as you say, that's an important component.
Yeah, and if you do it well, it will help your business.
Hmm.
If a client gets to your website and there's a nice short video that talks about the company, how you first of all, how you help people. It's not about you, how
Hmm.
you help people. But if you have that, uh, there, I don't want to bore you with statistics, but people stay more time on a website that has a video.
Hmm.
They
Yeah,
will. So,
it's
and if the video
absolutely
is good,
true.
they will stay more. So,
Mhm. We have that evidence. Well, it's been really good to get to know more about you and the people around the world that you work with. So, how do people get a hold of you, Nico?
well, first of all, our website is leibproductions.com. So, and the easiest way to find me is on LinkedIn. Just look for me on LinkedIn. I'm there all the time. I'm there talking to people, interacting with people. I would say that that's the easiest way to reach out. And and if you go to our website, we have a YouTube channel, Leib Productions, that has all those I would say nuggets of knowledge that I put out there, are all there in the YouTube channel, free. Okay. So I invite people to go there and just learn. And if they want to talk to me, I'm always open.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the time that you spent today. And okay, everybody, go check out, Nico on his YouTube channel and on LinkedIn and get involved in some AI and get some high quality video in your business if we want to keep pace with how fast this world is changing.
Yeah. Take a deep breath and
Thank you so much, Nico. It was great to see you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.